Okay, so we're gonna discuss about things in the Bible concerning demonology. So from the prophetic books, we go to Isaiah 24, chapter 24, Isaiah 24, and let me see here. I think go to verse 17. Verse 17. Okay, so 24 verse 17. From verse 17. And okay, so this whole thing. So it says, "Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth." So we have our first reference here. Okay, and it shall come to pass, so verse 18, "It shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake." Verse 19, "The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly." It's like an earthquake. Or, well, not like an earthquake. An earthquake. I mean, yeah, and if, well, they're shaking, it could be demon, could be angel coming. Verse 20, "The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage." Dang. Okay, sorry. "And the transgression," okay, so the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So we know demons are, they destroy. Okay, they like to destroy. "And it shall come to pass in that day that they love to destroy." Verse 21, "It shall come to pass in that day that the earth shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth." And okay, so verse 22, "And it shall be gathered, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison. After many days shall they be visited." Okay, so got a rundown. We know fear is a spirit. We know fear, not really a good guy. We get mention of the pit, a pit being not just a place. Because as I was reading, I was also given the implication that this was also a spirit, not a good one. But in any case, they keep the demons trapped in there. They hold them. And let's see here. Okay, so verse 23, "Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion, and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously." Okay. So we get the fear, the pit, and the snare. Snares are also mentioned in the Psalms. They are also, evil spirits. There are different kinds of snares too. And also, this was the references to demonology. Okay, so we get Isaiah's prophecy concerning Christ. We got Isaiah 61 and 1. I'm going to pull this out. "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Luke 4, so next one is Luke 4 and 18. Luke 4 and 18. Luke 4 and 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. And we have Ephesians 4 and 8. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive, and gave gifts unto men. Right, I remember posting this one. Christ gave gifts. What is it? 7 fruits of the Holy Spirit, 7 gifts as well. Okay, the important message that Daniel received is in Isaiah 10 and 12 to 14. So we can go back to Isaiah. Isaiah 10 and 12. To 14. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria, and the glory of his high looks. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. And I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. Okay, and my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. Okay, so verse 20 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. And the last one, but yeah, it's also, so it's true, like, drugs can be a prison for one. Same thing with medicine. Although it hasn't been said, although this is what I'm speculating about, is what led me to all that studying, is that, there's a connection with that and the valley spirit. So it's like, I did imagine the person trapped in the valley, in a prison, in a cell of sorts, like made of, earth and all that. Iron bars, probably. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. And, yeah. Although they look like, they're mighty and ready to fight, they really can't. But yeah, we'll just leave that at that. These are the people that also need help. Okay, so last one. Zechariah's vision concerning Joshua and Satan. So this isn't the same Joshua from the book of Joshua. If I'm not mistaken, there was a priest named Joshua. Or, if it is, and my fault, but definitely we know that's not him because Joshua was like a long time ago back. He already passed away, and this guy, he was. I mean, this was at the time, if I'm not mistaken. What was it? I don't know if it was from Haggai. Oh, let's go to Zechariah anyway. Let's go to over here for a second. Let's go to Haggai. All right, so not Haggai. You go to Zechariah. So from the first chapter right here, no, that's Zephaniah. So from the first chapter, okay, actually no, it's after Haggai. So first chapter, we read right here, in the 8th month, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo, the prophet, saying, so this was while Darius was reigning, so in Babylon. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely not the same person, even though they have the same name. So we go to Zechariah chapter 3. The Bible also, so the Bible tells you what exactly, gives you lets you know what the timeline is like so you don't get confused. All right, so chapter 3, the whole chapter 3 gives us that vision. So I'm going to read it. And he shewed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. And the Lord said unto Satan, the Lord rebuke thee, O Satan, even the Lord that hath chosen Jerusalem, rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments and stood before the Lord, for the angel, and he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with change of raiment. And I said, let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments, and the angel of the Lord stood by. And the angel of the Lord protested unto Joshua, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, and thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by. Hear now, O Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant, the branch. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, shall ye call every man his neighbor, under the vine and under the fig tree. So this was a vision. Well, this was his vision. Okay, there's also additional teaching found in the Old Testament. Evil angels are mentioned, that were sent among the Egyptians. So we go to Exodus 12 and 23. The Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. Okay, and the other one, Psalm 78 and 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. And also another one, okay, so number 2, this was number 1, so this another example of, on demonology, on demons, excuse me, in the Old Testament. Some of God's angels were charged with folly. Okay, so Job 4 and 18. Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. And we got Job 15 and 15. Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints, yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. Okay, so false gods are often called idols. There are many references to them in the Bible. Some examples are Genesis chapter 35, which we're going to check that out. Verse 1 to 4. And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Verse 2, Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. Let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. Verse 4, And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. Psalm 96 and 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Okay, we're going to go to Amos. 5 and 25 to 27 Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch, and Chiun, your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves.